Hey guys and gals, it's your buddy Drew with Living History's Mysteries and Ferocious Feline Productions. You know, for the month of May, we are looking into the culture, the religion, the mythology of the Viking people. And no dive in to the Vikings would be complete without a look at some of the mysterious beings in their mythology. People today, kids today, grow up with the fears of the realities that they hear on the radio, that they see on TV. But back in the days of the Vikings, those fears that everyone lived by came from the sagas and the oral traditions of the people. I wanted to take a look at some of the more terrifying things that the children and the people of that time period had on their minds. Check this out. This is good.
Starting off our list at number 10 is Huldra, the forest nymph. Huldra is a captivating figure in Norse mythology. She is a seductive forest nymph, often depicted as a beautiful woman with a hollow back, revealing a tail resembling that of a cow. This physical characteristic is a result of a deal she made with trolls, exchanging her human soul for eternal youth and beauty. Huldra is known for her enchanting voice and alluring dance, which she uses to lure unsuspecting man into the depths of the forest. Those who fall under her spell may find themselves lost, confused, or even trapped in her magical realm. The Huldra's intentions can vary, from playful mischief to outright malice, depending on her mood and the nature of her encounter. One popular legend tells of a young man named Eric who ventured into the woods to search for her lost horse. He was captivated by the sound of a mesmerizing melody and followed it deeper into the forest. There he encountered a Huldra dancing in a sunlit clearing. She was so beautiful and her music so enchanting that Eric was immediately drawn to her. However, as he approached her, he noticed the hollow in her back and realized the danger of his situation. He fled the scene, narrowly escaping her clutches. At number 9 on the list, we have Skagsura, the forest protector. This is a figure from Norse mythology and is often depicted as a guardian of the forest. She's a nature spirit who watches over the trees, plants, and animals, ensuring their well-being. Skagsura is often depicted as a tall, slender woman with flowing hair and green garments, blending seamlessly with the natural surroundings. Legend has it that Skagsura was once a mortal woman who loved the forest deeply. She spent countless hours wandering through the woods, tending to the plants and observing the wildlife. When she passed away, the forest mourned her loss. In response, the gods transformed her into a nature spirit, granting her eternal life and the power to protect the forest forever. As a guardian, Skagsura is known for her gentle nature. She is said to watch over travelers and hunters, ensuring that they treat the forest with respect. However, those who harm the forest or its inhabitants may face her wrath. Some stories tell of Skagsura leading lost travelers to safety or warning hunters of impending danger. Her presence is often felt in the rustling of leaves, the singing of birds, and the gentle breeze that passes through the trees. Arriving at the 8th spot on our list is Kelpie, the shape-shifting water horse. Kelpie, a creature of Norse mythology, is often depicted as a shape-shifting water horse. Its most common form is that of a magnificent steed, often with a flowing mane and tail. However, Kelpie is known to disguise itself as human, often choosing a handsome man to lure unsuspecting travelers to their doom. The legend of Kelpie's deceptive nature is widespread. One popular tale tells of a young woman who, while walking along a riverbank, was approached by a strikingly handsome man. He offered her a ride on his horse, which appeared to be a gentle and well-trained beast. As they crossed the river, the horse suddenly transformed into a Kelpie, plunging into the depths and dragging the woman with it. Kelpie is not always portrayed as a malevolent creature. In some stories, it is seen as a guardian of the waterways and a symbol of the untamed power of nature. However, its unpredictable nature and its ability to deceive humans make it a figure of both fascination and fear in Norse mythology. Hitting the seventh spot on our list is Kraken. Kraken, a fearsome sea monster from Norse mythology, is often depicted as a colossal octopus or squid. Its tentacles, said to be as thick as tree trunks, could entangle and pull ships to the depths. Its eyes, the size of dinner plates, were believed to glow with an eerie light. The Kraken was seen as a force of nature, capable of causing great storms and tidal waves. Tales of the Kraken often warned sailors of its lurking presence in the depths. Some believed that the monster was so large that it could be mistaken for an island. When sailors would try to anchor their ships, the Kraken would rise from the depths, attacking the vessel with its powerful tentacles. One famous legend tells of a brave Viking warrior who dared to challenge the Kraken. Armed with a magical sword, the warrior sailed out to the sea in search of the monster. After days of searching, he finally spotted the Kraken, its massive body rising from the depths. The warrior engaged the beast in a fierce battle, striking it with an enchanted blade. In the end, the warrior managed to slay the Kraken, saving his crew and bringing glory to his people. Arriving at number 6 on our list is the Troll. In Norse mythology, trolls are often depicted as monstrous creatures, lurking in dark caves and forests. They are typically associated with negative qualities such as greed, ugliness, and stupidity. However, this portrayal is often simplistic and inaccurate. Trolls were, in many ways, more complex beings than they are often given credit for. One of the most famous stories involving trolls is the tale of a troll who tried to build a bridge over the river of Gotha. The troll had made a deal with a human, promising to build the bridge in a single night if he was allowed to eat the first creature that crossed it. The human, however, tricked the troll by placing a goat on the bridge before sunrise. When the troll saw the goat, he became enraged and struck the bridge with his hammer, destroying it. Despite their often negative reputation, trolls were not always portrayed as evil or malicious. In some stories, they were depicted as helpful and even friendly. For example, there are tales of trolls who assisted humans in various tasks, such as guarding treasure or providing shelter. Trolls were often associated with nature and the natural world, and they were believed to have a deep connection to the land. Landing at the 5th spot on our list is Draugr, the Undying Dead. Draugr in Norse mythology are undead beings that rise from the grave to terrorize the living. Unlike ghosts, Draugr are physically tangible and often retain their original appearance, albeit with a sickly pale hue. They are typically associated with individuals who died violently or dishonorably, or with those who were buried with treasures. Draugr are said to possess immense strength and supernatural abilities, such as the power to control the weather, change their shape, or even communicate with the dead. They are often depicted as being malevolent and vengeful, seeking to harm those who disturb their graves or cross their paths. One famous legend involving a Draugr is the story of King Olaf Tryggvason. According to the tale, King Olaf was buried with a treasure in a mound in Nidaros. When a farmer attempted to steal the treasure, a Draugr emerged from the mound and attacked him. The Draugr was eventually defeated by a priest who performed a holy ritual. Appearing at the 4th spot on our list is Nidhogg. Nidhogg is a fearsome dragon who resides in the deepest recesses of Niflheim, the realm of the dead. His body, vast and serpentine, is said to encircle the entire world tree, Yggdrasil. His relentless gnawing at the tree's roots is a constant threat to its stability, and thus to the very foundation of the cosmos. According to Norse mythology, Nidhogg represents the destructive forces of time and decay. His gnawing symbolizes the inexorable passage of time, which slowly erodes and consumes all things. It is believed that when Nidhogg finally succeeds in severing Yggdrasil's roots, the world will be plunged into eternal chaos and destruction. One legend tells of a battle between Nidhogg and the eagle perched atop Yggdrasil. The eagle, a symbol of wisdom and foresight, is said to have confronted the dragon, preventing him from devouring the tree's roots. Their eternal conflict represents the ongoing struggle between order and chaos, light and darkness. Claiming the third spot on our list is Hel, the Norse goddess of the underworld. Hel was a figure of both dread and fascination in Scandinavian mythology, as the daughter of Loki, the trickster god, and Angrboda, the giantess of chaos. Hel was born with a unique and unsettling appearance. Half her body was radiant and beautiful, while the other half was decaying and putrid. This physical duality reflected her role as ruler of the realm of the dead, a place that was both peaceful and terrifying. Hel's domain, Niflheim, was a cold and desolate land shrouded in eternal darkness. It was divided into 9 worlds, each more gruesome than the last, and was home to a vast array of creatures, from frost giants to spectral beings. Hel was said to have had a great hall called Helheim, where she presided over the souls of those who had died of old age or illness. However, those who had died in a battle or by violence were destined for Valhalla, the hall of the slain, where they would feast with Odin and prepare for the final battle of Ragnarok. One of the most famous stories involving Hel is her confrontation with Balder, the god of light. Balder was invulnerable to all weapons, but Loki, jealous of his popularity, devised a plan to kill him. He discovered that mistletoe was the one thing that could harm Balder, and convinced the other gods to throw it at him during a game. As it turned out, Loki had crafted a spear from mistletoe and had given it to the blind god named Hoder. When Hoder threw the spear, it struck Balder fatally. Hel, as ruler of the underworld, was forced to take Balder into her domain. However, Frigg, Balder's mother, was so distraught that she wept uncontrollably, and her tears turned into amber. Moved by her grief, Hel agreed to release Balder for a year, only to have him return to her realm when the year was over. At the number 2 spot on our list is Fenrir. Fenrir, the monstrous wolf in Norse mythology, was a creature of immense power and terror. Born of Loki, the god of mischief, and a giantess named Angrboda, Fenrir was destined to bring about the end of the world, known as Ragnarok. As a child, Fenrir grew at an alarming rate, and the gods, fearing his potential, realized they had to do something. To contain Fenrir, the gods forged 2 unbreakable chains, Gleipnir and Draupnir. However, Fenrir, being incredibly cunning, demanded a guarantee that it would not be harmed before agreeing to be bound. The gods, in their arrogance, agreed, and Fenrir was chained. But Fenrir, knowing the gods had tricked him, bit off the hand of the god Tyr, who had volunteered to hold the chain in place. One of the most famous legends involving Fenrir is the prophecy of Ragnarok. In this prophecy, Fenrir is foretold to break free from the chains and devour the god Odin. The battle between Fenrir and Odin will be a cataclysmic event, leading to the destruction of the world. Ultimately, Fenrir will be killed by the son of Odin, Vidar, who will crush the wolf's jaws with a giant shoe made from the souls of all men. Achieving the number 1 spot on our list is Jormungandr, a fearsome creature of immense size, and is one of the most iconic figures in Norse mythology. Often depicted as a serpent or dragon, it encircles the earth, its tail reaching its mouth. This cosmic Ouroboros symbolizes the cyclical nature of existence and the interconnectedness of all things. Jormungandr is said to have been born from the union of Loki, the god of mischief, and the giantess Angrboda. It was cast into the sea by the Allfather Odin, who feared its destructive power. As the serpent grew, it became so large that it could encircle the entire world, its venom potent enough to kill any creature it touched. One famous legend involving Jormungandr is the tale of the Norse god Thor and his encounter with the serpent. Thor, known for his immense strength, was challenged to lift a giant cauldron. Unbeknownst to Thor, the cauldron was connected to a chain, holding Jormungandr at bay. As Thor lifted the cauldron, he inadvertently pulled the serpent closer, causing it to rear up and threaten him. A fierce battle ensued, but Thor ultimately defeated the serpent, though he was fatally wounded by its venom. Thanks for watching the video. I'm glad to have shared some terrifying creatures from Norse mythology. If there are any creatures I may have missed, please feel free to comment down below. If you enjoy the content, please like and subscribe.
Welcome back. You know, it's like I was saying at the beginning. Kids today have these tangible fears that they grow up that help them to do what they should do. We have our mysterious individuals that abduct children. We have people that randomly commit crimes. We have just those random individuals who have something wrong that like to do evil things. But children and adults alike back during the Viking era grew up hearing these oral traditions, these stories that made the mythological no different than the logical. Everything was real in those stories. People believed in their religion. They believed in their mythology. They believed all of those stories to be true. Was it a simpler time? Did people behave more so because of the fears that came from some of those stories? That, my friends, is just one more mystery that history left behind. Don't forget, coming up this weekend, May 17th and 18th, I will be once again for my 6th year doing head of security at the Niles Renaissance Fair. It's a hell of a time. I enjoy it every year because every year it's bigger, it's better, the crowds are greater, the vendors, the dealers, the food vendors are awesome. And every year the crowds get bigger, and I've never heard a complaint. So if you're not doing anything this coming weekend, the 17th and 18th of May, and you're in the Michiana area, or you just want to crowd the family into the car and go do something fun, checking out the vendors, checking out the live sword fighting, checking out the performing acts on the main stage, or you just want to hang out for the day and do something a little different, come and join us this coming Saturday and Sunday, the 17th and 18th of May at the Niles Renaissance Fair in Niles, Michigan at Plym Park. You won't be disappointed. Until next time, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. God bless you, God love you, we do. And we'll see you out there.